Here we go. Hey, boys, how are we? Welcome on this Sunday at Aussie Modelers Live. How are we all?
Not bad. Jason, yourself?
Yeah, mate, kicking. Woke up this morning, so it's a good day. How about you, Bilge?
Yeah, dealing with a few things, but all right.
Yeah, you're dealing with a lot, mate. Wombat, what's happening?
Not a lot. Same as I've got the grandson with us today, so fun dealing with a 9-month-old.
Oh yeah, plenty of fun and games there.
Yeah.
And Jimmy.
I am doing great, sir. Eagerly awaiting your Tim Tams.
Yes, well, mate, they are on a plane.
Yeah, I wonder how long that'll go through American Customs. Tim Tams, what the hell are these?
Yeah, mate, they'd probably just have to take them, I'd say, the bastards.
The sample. Yeah. You know, speaking of that, so my upstairs neighbor, I tell him I've got some Tim Tams coming. And I show him the photograph you sent me. And so he goes on Amazon USA, and he finds both Hobnobs and Tim Tams. He orders them, and they're there a couple days later. He hasn't had them yet because he's going through a real bad cold. He can't taste anything. But when he gets better, he's going to have them. By that time, mine should be here, and we'll have some coffee and some Tim Tams. And
Tim Tam Slam.
What is this Tim Tam Slam that I've heard of? Can you guys tell me about that specifically?
Okay, so just think of this. You're alone. You're naked.
God forbid.
You've set the mood, a bit of candlelight in the room. You bite off one end of the Tim Tam, you bite off the other end, put it in your coffee and suck the coffee through the Tim Tam.
Ooh. Sounds like a Jello shot or something like that, or the old snow bong we used to do way back in the day.
Yeah, no.
Come on, then.
Yeah.
This one is
no herbs involved.
Yeah, just nudity, mate. Just nudity. You want to really enjoy the moment.
What now? What we got? What do we got in the background for music? Like Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd.
Mate, probably Comfortably Numb.
Good choice. Good idea. Yes.
Followed by a bit of Cool and the Gang, Celebrate Good Times.
Well, that's a little bit too yada. That's a little bit too happy. It sounds like the Tim Tam Slam is kind of like one of those moments where you're kind of in the midst of a little self-indulgence and you want the right kind of mood.
Jim, I was going to say you need Chrissy Amplet, Divine, also Touch Myself.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, I'll tell you what, that coffee's hot enough. I'm going to be touching myself, all right? And we're running to the bathroom screaming.
I don't know how you swing, but you could do a bit of Led Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love.
Okay, you do that, yeah.
You could do the orgasm.
Right. I was going to say, wait till Robert Plant's starting to do the
violin.
Well, I look forward to trying it. Is there a YouTube video I can download on something like this? Like somebody actually doing it on camera?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, it's you can't just Tim Tam Slam. You've got to have an instructional video.
I would think so because I don't want to waste them.
No, you won't.
Put them in the fridge first.
Yeah. Don't let them go on that trial.
Okay. All right. Refrigerate them. All right. Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
That way the
so
chocolate
everybody
on the
doing on their I'm sorry, Paul, what'd you say?
That way the chocolate on the outside lasts that little bit much longer.
Maybe tastes a little better instead of being warm and soft. It's cold and hard.
Well, we can't really go much more because you've got to experience it for yourself.
Okay. Well, I will give it a try and I'll let you know how it goes. So how's everybody there with their Spitfire builds? How's it going?
Well, Wombat's got the call.
Spitfire. Mine is about ready to go to paint, but the spray booth's not working at the moment, so I parked it just for the moment. But yeah, it's in sub-assemblies ready to go.
Bilge, show your beautiful Spitty, buddy.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah, right.
That's the last piece. The very last piece.
And we've got Jeff. Jeff's here. Huzzah! Okay. After this, what do we got, Bilge?
Oh wow, very nice, Bilge. Very nice.
That turned out nice.
That is
Yeah, I
just
like the I like the way the finish has got. You've got some. You mute the color somewhat. They look a bit
Black
dirty.
clear.
I like it. Pardon me.
Just a healthy dose of flat clear.
Okay. Well, it looks great. I like it.
You didn't order that, Jim. I'm sorry.
Pardon me.
You didn't order that from Ed, so I'm sorry.
Oh, right. I've got the interior green. That's right. Yeah, because I have a big project coming up that's going to require a lot of that. I'm going to be building the PBY Catalina, the old Monogram 48 scale or Pro Modeler 48 scale kit,
Well,
and
very good.
that's going to require a lot of that.
I got a 72, and that thing's big.
Yeah. It's been sitting in my stash for years. I must have had it now 25 years, maybe more, probably 25. And it's getting up there in years. I'd like to get it built before these hands and these eyes start giving me more trouble.
You said they're getting the kit's getting up in years, mate. Jeez, have a look in the mirror.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm looking at 60 years old in about 3 months. What's it, May? Yeah, 3.5 months. So yeah, I'm not liking that number. I mean,
Yeah, you don't look a day over 80.
I've been told that. Yes, I know. Especially with the white beard. Yeah. It went. This used to be a shade of brown here and there, and it's just completely gone. I mean, it's not a trace of it anymore. Maybe a little bit on the sides.
I don't mind my American friends, but normally their beards stay very brown for ages because of all the shit they talk.
Well, with my father had a full beard, and he carried that around with him about 35 years. And one time he shaved it off, and I didn't recognize him. But what happened was the beard went all white. This is when he was in his 60s, but the hair was dark brown. So just he kept his hair that way, not through dyeing it. It was just natural. It stayed that dark. It was quite a contrast.
Cool. Paul.
Yes.
Well, you've done your spitty. We've already seen yours. Bring it out. Come on.
Yeah, would you build like 3 or 4 more models since then, Paul?
Almost.
3 or 4 dozen.
Yeah. You remind me of a friend of mine who's very industrious in his building too.
All right. There's the dirty spit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one I want. Yep, I love that. And white-tailed Aussie spit.
Bring it back up. I've got to find me a little pointer here. Easy.
Beautiful. Looks great. You use the kit decals?
No,
Okay.
I don't use Edward decals.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
I've heard that they've kind of streamlined the process a little bit, where it's not quite as difficult as it was when they first started about 4 years ago. But I haven't tried them yet. I have the Edward the Wildcat. I got that as a birthday gift a couple years ago, and I decided to use their decals because I really couldn't find anything particular to what I wanted to make. So they're very good. Just don't try and peel that clear film away. That's what my experience taught me that the hard way. But leaving them on, they're great. They adhere well, and they conform to every surface. They're beautiful. They just have that
They're
layer.
very thin.
Yes.
That coating on the outside of them I don't like.
Right. Exactly. That's what I agree to there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. I saw this earlier.
That's the other thing I've been working on.
Yeah, you were showing that to Peter.
Yeah. That's his
That is
fire
funny.
engine.
He's doing his
There with it.
Discover Thailand right now as we speak.
Yeah.
awesome. Right.
And
Yeah.
I started the full bore kit.
Yeah. Did you see him go over the bridge?
Hang on. Let me get you back up, buddy.
Oh, nice.
I got one of them donks sitting in my panel van in the machinery shed.
Very nice.
Very cool, mate. You got any more for show and tell?
All right, one more.
What the? Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
interior of a Huey.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a Huey. That one is.
Yep.
Right, so we've got Jeff in chat now. Jeff's brother, Satan's Water Buffaloes. See how he's written Huzzah? He's got Huzzah in the chat. That's part of the ritual for Satan's Water Buffaloes. So can we all say Huzzah?
huzzah.
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 With effort. Huzzah! There we
Huzzah.
go.
Kind of like
And
Banzai. Huzzah.
Huzzah. So it's a very tribal, has to come from the soul.
I would think it probably sounds more authentic from those who Australians than say
No.
someone like me trying to speak the language.
It's Nordic kind of.
Oh, the English.
Yeah, you don't want to run into a Satan's Water Buffalo just if you're just by yourself.
But if I say that won't like save me from that, and I won't stop
No,
him.
no. There's,
I thought there was like some say that and look at him real close.
no, never look him in the eye. Never look
Give me
directly.
what's in that Crocodile Dundee, mate.
Nope. Oh, I
So-
just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring this up. I'm sure you guys probably heard about it, but rest in peace, Roy Cross, the
Yeah.
Airfix illustrator who just died. I think it was today, at age 100. So I mean,
Wow.
I'm sure you guys saw plenty of Airfix kits from your youth with his artwork on it, as I did.
Yep.
Just wanted to mention that.
Well done, mate. Thanks for sharing. And as Jeff said, it helps to be wearing a hat with horns on it.
Oh, okay. When you come face to face with a water buffalo,
Satan's Water Buffalo.
I'm sorry,
Satan's Water Buffaloes.
Satan's water buffaloes.
Yeah, I believe I might be able to have a. I'll do a bit of a search here for in the pack.
So I'm guessing I'm guessing that water buffaloes are very aggressive creatures.
Oh mate, you it's no, they're pretty docile, but you wouldn't want to
Piss one off.
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Are they territorial like saltwater crocs?
Well, I'll be able to explain it in a second
Okay.
with a picture. I don't think there's any nudity in this one, so that's good. So yeah, as I was saying while I'm looking for this, yeah, Azerbaijan. Like somebody ordered from Azerbaijan. Like
Well, you're becoming very international, Jason. Baku.
yeah, Baku.
Yeah, the oil capital of the old Soviet Union.
Yeah, so yeah, I was pretty stunned. But as I said, just talking to my dad and him saying how proud he was, I'm like, I still felt like a little kid. I was like,
Yeah,
But,
that's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I wish my dad was around to say something like that to me. I'd love it. I miss my parents. They're both gone.
I'm just looking for this photo. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. So if I
Okay.
look like I'm spaced out, that's probably why.
Bilge, when you're done with the Spitfire, what's your next project?
Oh, ow. Another one.
Ah, okay, very good. Well, I'll tell you, there are a few subjects that you can never have enough versions of in modeling. It's the Spitfire, a Mustang, a T-34.
I'm actually going to do this one.
Oh, nice! I like that. Very
Western
cool.
Australian one.
Yep.
Yeah, that natural metal color.
It's silver, actually.
The high
Some
speed
kind of
silver.
like silver lacquer or something like that
Yeah.
painted on.
And then I'm going to do because I've got the 2-pack, I do that one.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the one I want to do. Yeah, that's the one I want to make out of that model. So,
And then all 3 are going to go in a display.
oh, nice, very nice. I like it. That's going to look nice optically. Very good in a display case. Very good.
Okay. Now I'll just get see if Jeff wants to agree to having this photo put up of him and the Prez. I'm going to, but if it's okay, AGB on Xperio. So this is the Prez is on the left in this photo, and Jeff's on the right. So I'll just bring this up, and you've got to be wearing horns. This is what you've got to be wearing.
It's going to be a giggle.
What could possibly go wrong?
Are you ready? Are you ready? This is
Jason's browser history.
it. There we go. So that's Jeff on the right. And that's the Prez on the left. So that's when you're wearing horns and you're part of Satan's water buffaloes. Now, we'll show you another photo. This is where I was partially inducted into the Satan's water buffaloes. I will. I'm not there. Or is it this one? Hang on. Yeah. Hang on. Is that the good one? Oh, no. Here we go. Yeah, this is this is it. Hopefully there's no children with me watching.
Not here. Not with me.
Kaya, avert your eyes.
Come on, there we go. So many things to choose from. Where are we there?
Just wanted to say hello to my my best friend and upstairs neighbor, Glenn Gallant. He's in the. I see he left a comment in the chat, and we're best mates, as you guys would say, from way back when. We grew up on the same block together in Chicago, and I've known him since I was about 5 years old. He and his family. So, good man. Hey, Glenn.
Hey.
You got it, Jason? I don't want to keep taking up the camera time, but here's my
Here you
Godzilla shirt.
Here you go.
All right.
Close your eyes, little ones.
Jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
Is that you?
That's me.
I don't know whether you're out of Mad Max or from a Clint Eastwood movie.
Mate, that is what it takes. Very special to be a Satan's water buffalo. So,
Wow.
Well, you are special, Buck.
well, I've got special friends, haven't I?
I thought he was at the Ute rally.
It looks like a Denny Ute Master.
You keep yourself in good shape, sir. Got it thin in the old 6-pack area.
Yeah, and then you get to things like this, which probably aren't. Yeah, I will share this very briefly. This is what happens at certain events. Are you ready? Here we go. Yep, that's yours truly at the helmet toss.
The helmet toss?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you
drink alcohol?
Is it like a shot put thing where you measure distance?
Yeah, but you're throwing a helmet.
You're throwing a helmet, and that is a man's hand between the legs. But don't worry about that.
It's the pink shoes I'd worry about.
Mate, excuse me, they are quality.
Are those
And-
are those Chuck Taylors? Are those Converse Chuck
I
Taylors?
don't know where I got them, but I got them. And Jeff will actually say that I actually took the title that night and at the next rally. So, yeah. So there you go, boys.
Is that an annual event or something that happens on a regular basis, or is this like something that communities all across Australia have clubs and memberships of?
It's part of the Ulysses Motorcycle Club. The motto is "Grow old disgracefully." So when we used to get together and ride a lot, that's you'd have the annual general meeting, and about 3,000-4,000 people would turn up. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, sounds like a great time.
It
And then
was.
you also have things here that are called a poker run.
Yeah. But other than that, so I thought I'd just share that, lighten up the mood.
That's great. I like it. You said water buffalo. There's an old cartoon we used to watch here called the Flintstones. Maybe you heard of it.
Maybe
We watched it here.
Yeah, and Fred and Barney were members of the Royal Order of Water Buffaloes.
Yeah.
And they had their hats with the little horns and it almost looked like a babushka. Or not a babushka, one of those Russian hats, the big ones that they almost like the Beefeater guards. Anyway, I just had to mention, but no disrespect intended, none at all. That is that's great stuff, man. How long you been doing that?
Oh, mate, I've retired a bit for the while, but as Jeff said, I'm a loyal northern member of the illustrious group, brave, noble, and full of it.
Well, I like that you guys got a good sense of humor about it. You don't take yourselves too seriously.
Mate, if we did,
that's good.
But other than that, Bill's really sorry to hear about your loss, mate. We're all here for you, you know that.
That's all good. Cheers, guys.
I'm sorry, Bilge. I don't mean to intrude, but you suffer a loss in the family?
He might as well have been. He was like a surrogate father to me.
Okay, well, my condolences. That's
Cheers,
a tough thing.
Yeah, so just know, mate, we're only a phone call away.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. I'll be back shortly. Just got to go check on Mum.
Cool, mate.
You're up. Do what you got to do.
We're here for you, mate, but how about a bit of something with the hair, mate? Like, come on.
Mate, this is my winter coat. Okay? Dogs, horses, cats, they can all have winter coats. Why can't we?
Mate, the dogs, the cats, and horses could live in there. Bring me shelter, they say.
Yeah.
So I've got that GT40 coming, but only I'm going to actually be able to write this one off because of the Gulf Orange and Gulf Blue. So
is that before or after you finish the tank?
fuck you.
Were you supposed to have some more American guests besides me?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I sent it out to him. I think with Jimmy. So he's got a young family as well. So
okay.
And I'm not sure if Ed's actually got it. He might be working. I'm not sure if he's working on Sundays over there or Saturdays, but
Saturday night he's in the same time zone I am, so maybe he just got hung up doing some work at the shop or something, filling orders or something, So
yeah,
okay.
So,
well,
that's okay. We're glad to hear, mate.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me again. Thanks a lot, guys. This is becoming a very enjoyable thing to look forward to, and I don't care whether it's at 8 p.m. my time or 2 a.m. my time. I like being here. It's fun. I've become a live chat junkie. I mean,
I think you should preferably get a life, but anyway.
Well, I've got a face for radio, a voice for silent films, and a body for the blind. So, other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah, and mate, there's a thing called Pornhub. Get into it.
Nah, it's boring.
So the week's been, as you can see, nothing. Oh, there's a couple of bits I've got managed to be able to move, but yeah, the orders have been coming thick and fast, which is good. And I noticed a couple of videos. Moss gave us a link. There's a guy in the UK doing die-cast restorations in the UK, and he put that up. Outlaw Diecast, I think he's actually called. So he's just done a spray out on this Ford Ute and looked unreal. I wasn't quite happy with the way he was using it. It was only a 1/24th, but he nearly went through a whole bottle, and he's using a 6mm, a 0.6, and it was, he must have like 40 psi because this stuff was Outlaw was pounding. My God, just go.
Wow.
Go easy.
Well, yeah, truth be told, that's one thing I'm constantly learning and relearning is how to properly apply paint. And the first time I used your olive drab on the P40, the first round I had with it, I had, well, let's see, the needle was a 0.35, I think. I think it was in. It's either that or 5. Doesn't matter. The point is that I went through all this paint and I couldn't understand why. And then the next time, I don't thin it because you don't need to. You can pour it right into the cup and spray it. That's what I like about it.
You could read the bottle.
I'm sorry?
You could have read the label. Spray at 15 to 20 psi.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was around 20, and what it was is I was just too trigger happy. It was going down so fast, and I was just looking at the model. I wasn't looking at, any. I get a little bit of tunnel vision, and so when I came back to it and went with the second coat, this time I didn't drain it. I had plenty left in the cup when I was done, because guess what I did? I watched what I was doing, and I paid attention to how much I was putting on and how heavy and wide open I had the trigger, and it was going down easy. And honestly, either way, even if I accidentally flood it, that stuff levels so well and dries so evenly that, I mean, even a heavy-handed chump like me is going to have a hard time creating a heavy spot where the paint just wells up and it's got nowhere else to go but dry on top of itself. So that's what I like about that stuff. It's almost like you made it for an idiot like me, where it'll work no matter what. So that's what I'm impressed about.
This door for the Speedy, 4 drops of paint in the cup. That's it.
For what? The Spitfire?
Yeah, this little tiny door.
For that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
that
is
little
it?
tiny door. And not only that, but I didn't use it all either. There was probably 1 or 2 drops left.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I still remember the first bottle of Outlaw I used and thought, this is rubbish. Did a beautiful job spraying the spray booth.
What did you do?
Well, I just sprayed it the way I'd been spraying Tamiya paint and just went, and the bottle was gone. The spray booth was a beautiful red.
Yeah, bet you would.
And I went, oh, shit, instructions.
Oh, wow.
I'll read them. The next time I used it, half a capful.
Yeah.
I must admit, the first time I used the black primer, I was a bit heavy myself. It's just like,
why isn't this stuff going on? It's floating away.
Yeah.
So
it's good stuff. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, I like the fact you don't have to thin it. You can just pour it in and paint it. I mean, that's what sometimes trips me up is mixing ratios with other paints, because I can either do it too thin or too thick, and then I gotta clean it. I gotta level it off or correct it on the fly. With that stuff, it's right there, just making sure I got the right pressure.
So
well, Outlaw's got a mention again today in Brian Scott Feels Like. The guys were talking about it.
Okay, well,
So it's getting a lot of coverage over in the States.
yes, it is.
Yeah, well, now that you got a regular distributor over here, I'm happy for one thing. I know that. In fact, I've been watching so many people, including Peter, building cars that it's got me thinking about doing it. I mean, this week was. Now, you guys watch Peter Oxley's channel at all? That Englishman who's big time in the Matchbox and Formula One. Well, this week he had a anniversary thing about the death of the Formula One driver Senna, and I like Formula One. I used to watch it big time because my older brother, big time gearhead, and he F1 turned out to be his favorite sport, motorsport. And anyway, I was watching it when Michael Schumacher was and Ferrari were ruling the roost. But I love the history of Formula One. It's great. I'm not too thrilled with today's game. It's kind of corporate controlled. It seems like just a few teams really have a chance at winning. Whereas maybe I'm looking back through rose-colored glass, but it seems like the field was a little bit more balanced unless you hit on the right combination, like what Peter was saying. I can't remember all the names in the racing teams, but I love the cars. They look awesome. So it's got me thinking about building that old Tamiya kit, the Elf, the dual front wheels. There you go. Yeah, nice Wombat. Yeah, but I haven't built a car, and I mean a real car. I mean, one with the deep gloss finish and everything. Not like for instance, I just bought. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just hold on, be right back.
What's on the hat there, Wombat? Oh, McLaren.
Oscar Piastri.
Yeah. How about did you see qualifying where Ricardo didn't even make Q2?
One of many.
This is it. Just got this the other day for like $20.
Happy days.
And it's a wartime VW, and it's actually a pretty cool looking little vehicle. Now you don't have a whole lot of great choices for colors. It's either field gray or dark yellow, but I'm going to build it, and it's got me thinking about doing a real car with a real deep gloss and all that stuff that I stopped building cars because I wasn't very good at.
You'll get better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I figure with Tamiya, I can't go wrong because I know people have built their 1/12 or 1/20th scale cars, and they're good detail, but they also go together well, and that's what I'm looking for. I want it to look good too. The other thing I always had a problem with was building cars where all the wheels touch the ground. The wheels were installed square, 90 degrees to the ground. Fenders, bumpers, and everything all looked proper. And that was always messed up. I mean, I was 15 years old, so it's been a few years. But I'd like to give it a crack one of these days because I see a lot of stuff out there, and one of them would look pretty nice in my display cabinet.
Mate, you've got skills, so yeah, it'll look bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Paul, that racer you had on Peter's show, the Chevelle.
Yeah.
What was what kit was that?
That's an AMT.
I thought so. Okay. Yeah, it looked really familiar to me. I was off by just 1 year, so I still have it as far as those old cars go.
That's the box there.
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I love those old '60s American hot rods. That to me is like the ultimate era of cars in America.
We've got somebody I've never seen before here. We have
Sluggo.
What? Didn't even know this man existed. Why haven't I been told?
Looking great, Paul. That looks awesome. That's really
Thank you.
cool.
Hang on,
He's always on Ice Queen's Live.
Yes, that's right. I saw him on there, and I saw him on a few others. I see him on the Interesting Modeling Company. Sometimes he shows up on there, and he's like, I'm telling you, sometimes I just get on and I look at some of the names and see who's out there, and it's like, okay, he's there, she's there, yep, hello. You know, it's good fun. It's almost like I got my own modeling pub right here in my home. You know, everyone knows my name. You know.
Well, that's all right. On Friday, I went around to all the shops that actually sell some form of model product, and I could not get decal fits at all.
Decal, what? You mean setting solution?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which ones do we have? Bill?
Can you guys
Hey.
get microscale stuff there?
Out of stock here.
If I want to get it, I've got to go online and
Yeah.
order it. And it's,
Bilge, I checked for you. BNA don't have it. Frontline don't have it.
uh,
And I don't think Metro had it either.
SLA, I just checked YouTube and checking if he's got a channel. He's got a YouTube icon there, but
oh, Jim brought some more eye candy over for you. Something a bit different.
hang on. All right, I'll bring you up, mate. There you go.
All right, what you got? Oh,
This is my black pearl,
yeah. Yeah.
but there's a little bit more to see.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Wow. Very good. That's nice.
About
That's really-
4 or 5 years in the building.
Yeah, I did. Last time have you been doing some rigging lately? It seems like you've added some to it.
No, not really. Like I
Okay.
said, I've sort of got to the rigging and went,
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's one thing. That's one reason why I don't build warships, is because of the rigging, amongst many other reasons. But
all these backstays, they're not fixed. That's why they got weights on them.
okay.
So that once all the backstays are done, I can then go through and adjust everything and get all the forestays nice and taut and get it. Because if you go
Is that
through
what
and
the
lock
thing
the
is?
front and then do your main and your mizzen, if one of them's out, your rigging will be screwed.
Do you
So that's
watch?
That way.
Do you watch? He's an Aussie, Harry Houdini. He does a
Yeah.
lot of sailing ships.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty good. I like his work.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
for me,
he's-
anyone who builds sailing ships or ships of any kind, like Norwegian Scale Modeler, I think that's his name, the guy who builds all the 200 and 1/350th scale ships. I got turned on to him by Nigel. Nigel mentioned his name. I went over there and looked at his channel. But anybody that can is in my book a superhero, because I mean, being a kid, I was building box scale Revel and Monogram and Aurora warships when I was young lad, but I gave up on them a long time ago because the problem is that with armor, I can make a simple build into a real complicated one, because I'll start buying one thing after another to add to it, or I'll start scratch building stuff. With airplanes, I build it pretty much straight out of the box. I build it to paint it, like that Italian fighter I'm working on, that Folgore. That thing is, I'm just going to do it in a really nice paint job. But armor, I can really get caught up in and start making it, and that's how I see warships going for me. Like if I was to do something like all right, here's something I would if somebody said, what would you want to do? I'd want one of those county cruisers, whether it's Canberra or Suffolk or Norfolk or Dorsetshire. Those things are beautiful looking. I always like their design. They're very sleek, and all got to have all that detail. You got to have the cranes and the railings and the rigging.
The counties are nice, but you can't go past the Charles F. Adams class.
No, you're right. You got to keep it reasonable, especially for the first one, or else you'll never get it done. But on the other hand,
I've got the King 1350 King George V. Out of the box, it's nice, but I went and got the 1941 Pontos detail set for it, and it's taken a nice kit to the next level. It's like mounted detail, and it's like I got to finish that one too, because I'm so close to having that done.
Is that the Tamiya kit?
Yeah.
Now, did they retool those old 350th scale ships? Like Bismarck, KG5, Tirpitz. They've been around a long time.
I'm Not 100% sure on that.
Okay, just curious. I said, because I've seen those models around for a long, long time. To me, has had those since the
Yep.
70s.
Yeah.
Where's
Oh,
the Enterprise I bought you, mate?
It's under my bench in the shack,
Okay.
along with her sister, the Nimitz,
Mm.
that
Okay.
I got from Papa Dan over in the States, which has actually got a full complement of aircraft with it.
That was
So
the
I'm actually
Tomato.
going to have the two systems when they get built, Nimitz and the Enterprise.
But I bought you the 1-350, or was it the 1-200 I got you?
No, 350.
That's big enough. Nimitz,
Oh, yeah.
350 scale. That's freaking huge.
Yeah, in a
That was
bird
the
farm.
first of its,
That's big.
that was the first of its class. That was like 1975. That was launched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's almost 3 foot long.
Yeah.
I remember packing that thing up, mate.
Tamiya still does Tamiya still make the CV-65, the nuclear USS Enterprise model?
Yeah, I've still
haven't
seen
seen
it.
it
I think I
around
saw it
anymore.
Metro Hobbies here in Melbourne one time.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, you guys were mentioning a hobby shop. What BA
B&A.
is that
B&A.
it?
Hey,
Yeah. I got an account with them. I actually set up an account with them because about maybe a year, maybe 10 months ago, I had heard that Fruhl model tracks were coming back. Like somebody had bought out the business and they were going to reintroduce them. And so I went looking all over and I came upon their name just, I don't know how, just out of somewhere. And it had all these Fruhl tracks, but it said out of stock. So I put a whole bunch on hold if they ever get them in stock. I don't know, maybe my account went bad, but I'd like to check to see if they have them because there aren't too many people that have Fruhl track links for ordering. And they're to me the best thing to have for armor. Expensive as hell, but they're great.
Cool. And Paul,
Yes.
what are you working on?
Well, the Huey, the little Tirana.
Oh,
Hang on,
nice.
let me bring that up because it's a little Tirana.
Yeah, go the Tory.
Very good.
Bullet on wheels. Especially when you shove a 5-litre in them.
I like the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Very cool. I like that. Nice colors.
Yes, the Holden Dealer Team colours of the late 70s with a Tirana that came out with a 3.3 litre 6 with a 5 litre Formula 5000 engine shoved in the middle of it.
Yeah, I like your variety, Paul. You have you touch all the bases when it comes to your modeling taste.
I tried it.
Anyway.
Have you do you build any? Have you tried any? Something else I've been thinking about. I just thought about this recently. Is models of locomotives, like World War II or old steam engine locomotives. I mean, Trumpeter makes some wartime German locomotives.
I haven't really thought about that. But if I could work one into a diorama in 1/24th with Typhoon coming down on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. That takes up a lot of space.
It also makes all the railway colours too.
Yeah, I know someone who does that.
Yeah. Can't think of the name.
Don't send me a black and white photo and ask me to match the colour.
Hey, here's a colorized one, Jason. I'll send you one of these new digitized colorized one. You can base it on that, right? Yeah.
Right. And then,
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Paul, what you could do rather than go on a 1/24th train to match the Typhoon, you do a smaller one and do a force perspective with the Typhoon there and the train down low.
Yeah, good idea, Wombat. Yeah, that's right.
That works.
That would
No,
be.
I didn't say come up. No, like down.
that is
That sounds like
down.
that sounds like a possibility.
Yeah.
I could use
Me,
Pete.
yeah. I'd like to get one of those 35th scale locomotives and a flatbed car, and put one of my my Tiger or a King Tiger or something like that on there, and put those on a hunk of rail and just throw it right in this display cabinet behind me. Yeah. So that's something that's crossed my mind. But yeah, Paul, you have quite the collection of. You got everything. Very eclectic.
Yeah, I like to keep busy.
And he's got skills.
Where?
Your body.
I'm getting there.
You've got each of them.
I reckon in about another 10 years before my fingers go, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I tell you, I do modeling almost every day, or I try to. And at the end of the day, I'm thinking, okay, how many more days do I have? I start thinking about things like this in the last 5 years. Just like how many more of these things can I really build? And I keep buying more. I mean, this Volkswagen, I couldn't turn it down. I had to buy it. It was on sale. It was only $20. So, but the problem is that I'm just piling on top of what's waiting to be built.
Don't we all have that problem? I've just bought
another. Yeah.
I just bought 3 Subarus.
Yeah. Have any of you guys sold off any of your stuff like at a swap meet or on eBay or anything?
Don't talk
every swap meet I've ever gone to, I've just got more kits. So
yeah, well, what I'm saying is that I do okay, and there is one I really regret selling. It was a Hasegawa 48 scale Saab Draken. And that's a beautiful airplane. I mean, it's one of my favorite jets of all time. And I sold it, and I knew I wasn't going to build it. It even had a little Edward seatbelt set that I bought for it. And when I sold it, the guy bought it. He said he was looking for that kit, and he wanted to build it. And I was like, okay, well, build it in good health. And then after the show was over, I felt some remorse over that one. Everything else I sold, I haven't given it a second thought. I knew there was time to go, and I wouldn't build it. But that one is the one I'm thinking, well, I wish I had that one back. So
okay, I think we all need to have an intervention with Jimmy here. How do we all feel about it? Jim shared, his misgivings and his failings.
Yeah, all right. We can have a group therapy session here. My name is Jim, and I can't stop buying and building. I buy more than I build.
We're not worried about that.
The buying the building's good. It's just trying to sell stuff.
Yeah, no, getting rid of it.
Well, I'll tell you. I don't know how you guys think about it, but I mean, I know I don't have a whole. My stash is not very large at all. It's a little over 100. But I look at it, and I look at my age, and I think about my physical health, and I wonder just how many more years do I have left? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think of that.
100 kits, 10 years.
Yeah, not quite. Not for me. I admire your dedication, Paul. I really do.
You've got grandkids, Jim?
No children. Single man. Never had a family.
Yeah, with that face, I understand.
Yeah.
But
what I'm saying is, 3,000 women.
You think if you, no matter how much you add to your stash, if that gets in your will, you donate it to a veterans place or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So my kids aren't modelers, right? They maybe, and the grandkids, a couple are going to work. I'm working on, but my wife and I, we talked about it, and when I go. The aim is to give it to veterans, to model clubs, and that sort of stuff. Because I've got this room, the garage, and there's a storage facility where I've got just kits, just floor to ceiling. And so that'll all be sold on or given away to help out other people.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting, Jace. That's a topic that was raised on the Bench podcast. The last one they did, I think it was, on what you do with your kit, your stash. And it's what you've said, you pass it on to members of modelling clubs if you're a member of one. Some people have said RLs and stuff like that. Try and donate them, but trying to get the kids to do it. I'm the same. I'm hoping that my 9-month-old grandson, when he eventually gets a bit older, is going to want to do it, because I've tried it with my two girls who are now 20 and 14, and they're sort of like, yeah, I'm not interested in this stuff. So
Here's the secret with our grandbabies. So you get a bottle of this stuff while they're young, and you just go like this. You
just
go,
introduce them to the smell. Yeah.
have a sniff of that. And as they drift off into a little, helps them sleep as well. But that's the only. I don't see the point, because my wife said, "Oh, just keep your room. Nobody will be able to go into it." I said, "Well, what's the use of that? What is There's no use in having all this stuff, and you've got my built, and yes, they're the built stuff. You can see that when you want, but all this stuff's just going to sit here, and nobody will get any use out of it, or it won't enrich somebody else's life." So there's a mob I know up in Townsville that literally is a veterans modelling club, and it's a free charity thing. And I know that a few businesses donate kits to it, and so stuff will go to there, and other ones around the country. I mean, I'm well over 1,600 kits right now. Well over.
I can count my kits on both hands.
So, and people go, and I'm lucky that my wife doesn't go, "Oh, why do you need that?" or "Why you haven't built this and that." But to me, it's not a therapy. It's just like I like them. I love the artwork. I like, yes, one day maybe it'll get built. I'm really aware of that. That I won't get through these in my lifetime. But if I don't, I want somebody else to be able to do it.
Yeah, well, that's reasonable. I think all of what you said makes sense. As a matter of fact, you're talking about that. There is I might have mentioned this in another time we were together, but there is a air museum out around me a little bit west of here, and they do take model either built or unbuilt for donation to their gift shop to sell to help fund their air museum, because it is a privately funded facility, and it's pretty modest, but the owner did tell me that if you want to contribute, you're more than welcome to. We'd be glad to take whatever you got if you want to share, whether it's built kits or unbuilt kits. So there are options out there.
Like it's that'd be another thing on the deathbed if you get a chance to say goodbye to people. That you can rest easy knowing, well, this is where it's all going. And that's just one of those kids might go to somebody who's having a real rough time in their head, and then they can sit down, and it may ease the burden, might not fix it up, possibly not, but it'll just
Yeah, I agree. You're right. I mean, that's what Model for Heroes is about, essentially. It's offering somebody something to turn away from something that's causing them difficulty in their life with a creative outlet, and that's a wonderful thing. So, I mean, that's why I'm always glad to participate in the auctions, and even if I don't get anything or I spend my money on that, I'll make a donation anyway. So it's a good cause.
What else? When you move your model room, never just chuck shit off the desk into one or two boxes, because I don't know what this is. A camera? What the hell is that? Like there's decals in there. There's just so much crap in there. Like I don't want to put my hand in there because I'll probably get stabbed by something.
Check shot first.
Look at that. That was sticking straight up. One of the display scribers. Oh yeah, hang on. What else we got here? Oh, yep. Oh. What really nice pointy tweezers. Like get them in your fingers.
Yeah, I could use a set like that. I have tweezers, but I don't have
sticky.
Yeah, Icky Sticky. You're right. That's what I forgot to order. I got a bunch of stuff from them. I forgot the tweezers. Damn it. Do you have to do it?
Buy the whole pack. There's a whole pack of tweezers you can get.
Oh, I saw that one. I was thinking about one that's because I do have plenty of sets, but I don't have any that are really good where they hold the parts without slipping like this, like they're holding and then they go like that and then the part goes flying off. Get that really tight precision closing mechanism on the end of the tweezer that holds stuff in. As man, I don't know about you guys, but I need help with that stuff. My fat fingers. I mean, just today I was working on my Tiger and installing some small parts, and it was easy enough to remove them the screws, but cleaning them up and trying to hold them between my fingers, impossible. So it was not the kind of challenge I like, but I got it done. But no,
Best
no,
tweezers I've ever had.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Best tweezers I've ever had.
Hang on, mate. Hold him up there. Hang on. Back up.
There you go. Yeah, let's see him.
Now turn
Yeah,
around so we can
it's
see the
similar to what
label.
I got. Yeah.
Turn
Yeah,
it around. Hey, turn it around.
Show the logo.
Nothing on the
Show
back.
the logo.
Doesn't take a sticky on them. But I got them off my knee.
We'll hold the coaster up.
Coaster.
Pick up coaster.
I have to wipe all the dust off it.
Wow.
Yep. There you go. Icky sticky. Now I'm looking forward to my order. Should be coming soon.
And they're great for putting super glue on when you're using them.
But hey, I love my icky sticky. So I've got this. My little. Hang on, I'll bring it up as big.
Oh, yeah.
So those two little things here, you can take them out, turn them upside down, whatever, and they're little display applicators.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you get 6 of them in the packet. And there's now
5.
4. But it's nice and weighty. And
That's what I mean. My pair of pliers.
it looks like I've got to find that. Where did it go? Oh, shit, a brick. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. All good.
Under the wheel of your chair.
It is. It is. Right beside the cast.
Yep.
Well done. I mean,
That's
there's
great.
got to be something that possesses them to go there.
I really do think you're right, Jason. There is some kind of directional system in these parts that are, I don't know. You know what I hate is when I find it about a year later.
It's like when you're working on a car, you drop the socket and the damn thing rolls directly to the middle of the car.
Yes, middle of the car. That's what
Murphy's
happens
Law.
under my workbench when I drop my paintbrush or something like that. I got to get down on these achy knees of mine and try and force myself back up without making too much noise, like a sick horse or something like that. Man, I hate when that happens.
Well, ladies, we're hitting an hour. I'm going to go down and grab a coffee, and I'll be back up. So for round 2.
All right,
All right.
hold on. I'm gonna get a refill on my mug too. I'll be right back, guys.
All right,
I'll
Paul,
just go
you're
check
in
on Mum.
charge.
I'm just going to go check on Mum again.
All right,
Wombat,
one
you're in
back got the
charge.
con.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, you got the con, Wombat.
Awesome. So, Bilge, how big were you say you've only got a small stash?
Yeah.
I've got the
Yeah.
problem that I've got that many projects in mind for what I want to do, and every time I see something, I've got to go and get it to help build up the project. But
Yeah, I hear you there. It's just like, oh, I want to build that. Get it, put it away, and then it's just like, yeah. And then I get this modeler syndrome I've got. There's Hobby Barnes build. There's another car that I've got that I haven't touched in years. There's a Pearl, I haven't touched it in years. There's the Titanic. There's the Britannic. There's the Victory. There's my NARM build. There's another. Oh, I got a 3-foot Fletcher class destroyer by Lindbergh that I built years ago, but it got broken. But it's also you can convert it into RC. It's one of them ones where you set the rudder, you put it in the water, and it either does figure 8s or squares, Well, anyway, I'm going to do a full RC conversion with it because the Bismarck that I built, I actually did the RC conversion on that. So now that I've done it once and it worked, it's just like, yeah, I'd like to have a 3-foot Fletcher class destroyer RC. That'd be nice.
That's one genre I've never actually gotten into, ships. I've actually only got, I think, one. I've got a 720 scale USS Carl Vinson, CVN-70, the carrier. The only other waterborne thing I've got is the Tamiya patrol boat, the 135th, the PBR.
Okay, that's my size.
Yeah, so I mean that one's going to go in a diorama because I've got like where I said about projects. So massive one I've got done is for Vietnam armor, and I'm looking at doing the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment from the US and also doing Australian armor from Vietnam. So I keep collecting all these kits. Like, you know, I said I've got this thing that's been sitting on the bench, painted, not quite finished for like 25. Actually, I think I've had it sitting on the bench for 27 years.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
When I first started.
Is that the
One of my
Tamiya?
biggest
That's
weaknesses.
the Tamiya Fire Sport vehicle, the original
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
When I'm
actually-
walking past model. Sorry, one back. Keep going.
No, I was just going to say with that, I've actually just seen that they're just releasing a couple of new Vietnam M113s. And Andy's Hobbies headquarters is releasing the 116th M113.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Paul was
that's-
actually
It's amazing.
Okay.
that 1/16 scale has exploded the way it has. I didn't know how that was going to go. I personally, the only thing I would do was build a Jeep. That's about all I would do. I mean, everything else. Can you imagine a Tiger? You imagine a
I went
Tiger?
to Model Expo here in Melbourne a couple of years back, and they had a display of 1/16 tanks and all RC versions of them. And I saw there was a 1/16 Abrams, and that thing was freaking huge. I'm thinking, no, I'll never do 1/16. And then they announced the 113. Go, okay, shut up and take my money. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
for my
And
birthday.
at least two.
This brand new release.
Oh, you mongrel!
nice.
I want that one.
Who makes that build?
That
Oh,
there,
AFE Club. AFE Club.
Hey, very
that
cool.
there's my weakness. If I'm in a hobby shop and I see the red kangaroo, I can't help it. Like
Okay.
I've got I'm not really that much into aircraft, but yeah, I've got a 132 scale Phantom and a 132 scale F111. Even though, like, I was looking at the price check and going, I can't afford this, but I can certainly pay it off. And yeah, that was the whole thing. It had the red kangaroo. I was just like, yeah, nah, gotta have it.
Let me ask you guys a question. When did the Aussie marking go from just the blank roundel to putting the kangaroo in the middle?
1950, between 52 and 58 was the transition.
Buff might know. He's
I was
old
going to say it was
enough.
around Korea, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was after Korea
Mm.
because the reason we stopped using it was during the Second World War, the red dot, because the Yanks were trigger happy. They shoot at anything with a red dot.
Yeah, including their own planes.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of it.
That's exactly
Um,
right. Yep.
And the kangaroo came out in the late 50s because I've got a Vampire that's got the kangaroo on the wing, a fuselage and not on the wings. So it's a
Okay.
transition.
I like it with the kangaroo in there myself. I mean, I like RAAF stuff from World War II, but the kangaroo adds a little. There's no mistaking that's Australian.
Yeah.
Yep.
The worst
Paul, it was
kid
the
I had.
2nd of July, 1956.
Okay.
Well,
All right. So
That's
post
not too bad. I got either side of it.
Okay.
It was close.
So do any of you guys build World War I airplanes?
Once.
I have never
With
done one.
Camel.
I have never done one. I have two in my stash, and I don't know when I'm going to get around to, opening them up and building.
Tinkering with this one for my granddaughter.
Okay. All right.
Bristol Bulldog.
Yeah.
Actually, I did build a Fokker triplane back when I was about 10 years old. The only World War I aircraft I've ever built.
Yeah, I bought that.
In 1
I think it was the
1/72, and
Matchbox bag kit, I think.
Yeah, and it's that big.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Anything under 30-second scale is like the size of a cigarette lighter. I mean, even 48 scale stuff is just too small. I'm talking about, you know, with my eyes, you know, nowadays. Maybe when I was younger, but I never put. It's not that I didn't like them; it's that I just never could wrap the idea around me of putting two wings together and making everything look good, like including the rigging. You know, but I've had people tell me that it's not that difficult. You should try it. And I've got two. Like I said, I got two kits. One is a Wingnut Wings Fokker D7, my favorite German World War I airplane, and it doesn't have much wiring. They didn't have any wiring on the wings on a D7. And I've got a Newport 17, a Copper State model, Newport 17, and I'm thinking maybe I should go buy an old Revel 28th or 32nd scale kit. Maybe what you made, Wombat. What was that a small Fokker triplane? Oh no, you said it was an
70,
airplane. I'm sorry.
172.
72nd scale.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Because
Tiny.
way back in the day, Revel was making 128th and 132nd scale World War I models, and the triplane was one of them. But maybe I should cut my teeth on something like that before I open up that Wingnut Wings kit, because that to me is like having a genuine artifact.
Oh, I did Tiger Moths. I did a couple of Tiger Moths.
They're very popular. I'll tell you what, that is one popular subject of a model that does not go away. I mean, ICM makes a 32nd scale kit. I think Airfix has a 48 scale, and I think they're both very alive and well in the sales department. Very popular airplane.
The last Tiger Moth I did was the Matchbox 132nd.
Oh yeah. I remember that kit. Yes.
I bought it when I was working
at scale series. That's right. Yeah.
Bought it when I was working at Hawker de Havilland. Built it, and it's still there somewhere.
Oh, at the facility where you used to work?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well,
That's
it's
great.
in Melbourne now. De Havilland's Australia got bought out by CAC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've never done that. I'd also like to give World War I armor and some of those armored cars that Copper State and everyone else seems to be making. I didn't realize how many there were in the First World War, but they really look nice. Very, very nice.
Totally agree, Sluggo.
Yes. Yeah, right. Lessons in history.
Start with that one.
Oh, there you go. That's nice. You know, I just the other day I was on a group build, and the guy was talking about the history of that marking on the tank with the stripes. Let's see it. Let's get a little. Oh, it's motorized. Okay, neat. Very cool. You got the little on-off switch on the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. I built the old 1960s Tamiya King Tiger, or no, Hunting Tiger, Yag Tiger, and it was motorized. And you had a little on-off switch on the back and on the bottom, and they give you the rubber band tracks. And I would run that all over my house. I was like 15 years old when I built that. That was my first. That was the first kit I built that wasn't made by a U.S. manufacturer. That's my first foreign made model. So nice. I didn't know those things came motorized. I didn't know it was still into that market as far as the
not an expensive kit.
Yeah. Oh, gotta be. Yeah.
No, it's not an expensive kit.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's surprising. I thought maybe with the motorized stuff they'd jack it up another $20.
Well, you got to remember, Tamiya started with motorized tanks.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember the first tank I built when I was 14 was a T-34.
Yeah, that was motorized. Yep.
Motorized with a wide controller on it.
Did you have the 25th scale or the 35th?
I don't know. That was 40 odd years ago.
Yeah, because they had 25th scale motorized stuff back in the 70s, and then they went to 16th scale, or maybe they had 16th scale because that's where they got their start, right? Tamiya weren't they RC first, and then they went to plastic models.
Yeah, battery motor models.
Yeah.
The RC came later.
Yeah, I'd love to go to that hobby shop in Tokyo. A couple people. Andy's HHQ. He did a walkthrough there of the hobby shop in what was it, last year? Sometime he visited Tokyo. for a model show, I think, and he did a walkthrough with the camera. It's incredible, their history. It really is. I mean, I knew they were around a long time, but boy, they certainly do make just about everything.
So, Wombat, what do you got going there, mate?
Sorry?
What do you got on there in front of you?
The Tamiya Ford Sierra.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to clean up the body, remove the the seam lines and stuff before I put some primer on it.
Make sure the inner guards are right.
Sorry?
Make sure the inner guards aren't too wide.
Ah, yeah.
It'll go into a wall. It's okay.
That's
No,
it's going to have problems.
Back in the day when they were running them out here, they sort of cheated and made the inner guards wider for wider tyres.
No, Ford cheating.
Let's not talk about those Eggenberger Sierras, the black ones that won the was it 88? I think it was. That was in legal dispute for months, I think.
Yeah, and let's talk about the fuel they used, eh?
Oh yeah, that's good old rocket fuel.
Yeah. Why is your car going faster? Don't know.
So let me ask you: did any of you guys paint figures?
Badly, yes.
Just curious. I've been working on them for a while, and I'm getting a little better at them over the last couple of years, courtesy of a couple of methods I learned from Martin Kovac, Night Shift. He a couple of methods.
He's amazing.
I know he didn't create them himself, but he used them, and one was the glazing method, where he paints the black base and then the white on top and the conical, like sunlight hitting the figure, and then he paints his colors with that as the undercoating with glazed coloring. It's really nice.
Yeah, I watched the Night Shift, the ones you're talking about, and I actually made me want to build this. I've had this Verlinden 120mm thing sitting on the bench for I don't know how long, and it's one I really want to do, but my figure painting skills have always been crap.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I saw Night Shift's video and I thought, no, I'll give it a whack.
Well, you know, he makes a good point. He says these newer figures and what you got there, even though that's an older one, Verlinden, very sharp molding, especially the older the copy, the better, because when he died, the company kind of, from what I understand, that there's a company here in America that bought the molds for all those resin cast, and I think
I've seen some of those repops of the original moldings.
So if you've got an older version of something like that, then it's going to be much sharper. And Kovac has said, you know, with these newer kits like kits figures like Alpine and I mean, I can't even name them all. They seem to be new ones every time I turn around. They paint themselves because of the sculpting. You're not painting a flat, you know, faceless, kind of dull, like 1970s era figure. You've got so much detail in there that, you know, it's crying out for just some basic stuff, and you can bring it to life, and then a little bit more, because my skills have improved tremendously. I mean, have we all gone out? Oh, we're back again. Okay. You guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, the Master Box stuff, Jason, looks really good. I mean, I've got some old 35 scale figure kits. And I've got the old Dragon Productions ones that they did back in the late 80s and 90s. And
I think Jim's frozen.
The detail on them's not great. Yeah, Jim's stuck, I think.
Yeah. I find my figures in the kits look better after 2 or 3 years of dust.
Well, it's like, I've got some of those armor kits from Tamiya from the late 80s, early 90s, and some of the figures in there are pretty ordinary, but the detail they're doing on them now, because they've changed their processes and they're actually 3D scanning.
They're all,
like, Tamiya stuff now is just awesome.
They're all call-side figures.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got call sign figures, and they're quite good. Bit finicky to put together, but they're good.
You get a range of 300 different heads to put on them.
I'm looking for welcome back, mate. I'm looking for Andrew from Full Ball did a 3D print of Harlequin.
Hey, Jason, you seen me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there I am.
Yeah, we can see
Okay,
you,
I'm
mate.
back now. Okay, I don't know what happened there. That I don't know. I think my connection may have screwed up on me, but I'm getting 100% connection on the Wi-Fi signal, so I don't know what's going on. But
Put another
Anyway.
$1 in the meter.
yeah.
But yeah, this Harlequin, it'll look great. It's for the wife, so. But I've got the mask. I've got a few of the girls from World War II, the pin-up girls. So
I was looking actually last night. I was looking online for a Tank Girl figurine, so from the cartoon and the movie.
yeah,
But yeah, short of buying a 3D printer, it's going to be difficult to find one that's not like a couple $100. So
we'll talk to Andrew, and he might be able to whip you up, mate.
that's all right. I got to talk to the wife and convince her I want a 3D printer. So
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Strategy.
You know, those things
I've already suggested, and then I sort of got shot down. So
those things are becoming more and more affordable and easier to use. Too.
Like, go, well, I can print out all this stuff for the house. I can, hooks for this and that, and holders for this and that. Like,
hey, Bill, I
Measuring
tried that,
spoons.
and she said, "Oh no, you can do that with a filament printer. You don't need a resin printer." I go, "No, I want a resin printer." Because going back to what I was saying before about projects, I've got one where I want to do with Vietnam War, and I want to do the Brown Water Navy, so the Riverine Force, and using the PAC-V, which I saw Gecko Models have released a new one, but doing the Tango boats, so the landing ships that they used, which are the old LCM3s converted into LCM6s and then converted into things. The problem is there's one supplier in the US. I've forgotten the name of it, the company, but they did them in resin, and you're looking at 200 to 300, if not more, Australian dollars for those things. And I'm thinking the only way I'm going to be able to do it is design and 3D print it myself, because they're pretty straightforward. Either that, or I have to get one of the I think Italeri and Revell and Trumper to do the LCM3s. And you'd have to actually scratch build the LCM6 converter, take a plug out of it and extend the hull. I'm thinking, no, I'd rather do it 3D printing. So, but yeah, I'll keep working on it. I might get my way.
No, you won't.
No, probably not.
there's always the other
I
option.
like to think I will, but
There's always the
That's-
other option. It's easier to beg
What's that?
forgiveness than ask permission.
what, that box? No, I've had that sitting in the garage for years.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah,
mind you, if I get round to what I want to do and move out into the garage, she'll never know.
Well, I was just about to say, find an old microwave box. It's the same size.
Upside down. That's right.
Does Mrs. Outlaw know you've got that?
Yep.
Well, now we're getting raunchy.
What about that for a Tank Girl? She's on a Jeep.
Hey,
You wanna
Bill, they're fairly demurely dressed compared to some of the ones you can get out there.
Yeah. They've actually got clothes.
That's raunchy in my book. I must be too old school.
Yeah, I didn't know Masterbox made quite so many of those.
I've got about 8 of them. So
They keep putting out new ones too, all sorts of ranges. They're doing, I think I saw on the modelling news, they've just done a set of 135th, Mohican Warriors and stuff. So they've got a couple of ranges and sci-fi ones coming out.
I used to get this run by Sailor Jerry. And if
Hey
you got
guys, I'm going to move to another location. I think the problem I'm having is with my connection. Hold on a minute. Take you guys into the front room.
And if you got the bottle in the tube, it used to come with a poster, and they were just all different, basically American pinup girls. I've got a couple of good ones.
Well, Socko, there's a situation, mate. You just need to understand how to find another wife. That'll solve the modelling problem.
Oops.
As I said before, not once, not ever has my wife gone, why do you want that kit? Yeah, she had a bit of a joke about it when you're going to build what you got, but never had harped on, never gone, hey, you spent this much or that much, or question why, or she knows it's an illness and can't be cured.
Yep, it's an addiction, but it's just a lot better than bad addictions.
Plastaholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that, guys. I had to move. I had to get closer to the router upstairs. This is. I thought I had a good spot picked out, but in the last 20 minutes or so, it's just going to hell.
And it has, and it did.
Yeah, I know. Missing out on all this fantastic conversation. No, I want to go back to one. Sluggo said it. Let's see, and you had it up on there for a moment, Jason. Let's see. Yeah, one thing, this hobby is great for lessons in history. Yeah, that's how I got started. That's how I got started building models. As I was reading books and watching war films like Tora, and the Battle of Britain, and just a whole bunch of Sink the Bismarck. And I saw all these great models because you knew they were models, right? I mean, even a kid, you knew they were models. And
Yeah, nobody had to blow up a
building.
battleship for a movie.
Yeah, that's what got me into modeling was reading history books and weapons of World War II and all kinds of good stuff. And then I started building.
And one of us disappeared.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Hey,
Hope he's
His
okay.
missus caught up with him. See, that
No,
is off order, you know.
Does anybody know how to get liquid mask off that's been a problem?
I've tried. I try hot water. That's about the only thing I've had. I fortunately haven't had too many problems with it because I don't use it a whole lot. But I just recently tried it as a chipping method on an airplane, and it kind of worked and it kind of didn't. So, I thought it would come off easy, but it wound up being very stubborn, even though it was supposed to come off with water. But yeah, the only thing I've used is just like water and maybe a Q-tip. What do you got, Bill?
Okay.
Oh no, it's just Buff's mate. He was just asking about it there on Wombat's channel.
Yeah, I've never had any. I've never come.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, anyone know how to clean off liquid mask that's been attached for a few weeks? Very sticky with residue. No, I mean, I've been, like, a friend of mine gave me an idea for getting off tape residue from clear parts, and you use like WD-40, not WD-40, but like 3-in-1, like motor oil, house oil, stuff for like motor tools, that kind of oil. But I don't know about liquid mask. I don't know if that's going to work the same way. And you got to be real careful with that. You don't want to damage the clear by contaminating with the oil. But getting that off, good question. I don't know. I use tape on all my. What's that, Bill?
Maybe IPA.
Alcohol
might be strong enough to cut through the residue.
Yeah.
But not plastic.
Yeah.
Do you guys
on the Q-tip itself, not on the plastic? So apply the IPA to the Q-tip, then try rubbing it in a small spot first. So that way it shouldn't discolor
Right, yeah, that's what I was concerned about.
I know Nigel uses IPA on his clear, so that's why I was thinking of it.
Oh, okay. Well, if he uses it, then it works.
Yep. So,
but I don't know if it'd be strong enough to cut through the masking fluid, because if the masking fluid's water-based,
yeah, it's kind of a tricky one. I've been lucky so far with when I've
that's the one I
let
use.
My stuff stay on too long, like tape, but never masking fluid. I use tape on my clear parts, and I've been lucky where it's come off and I haven't had any problems. But I also dip my clear parts in Future, or whatever they call it over there in Australia or in Europe. I don't know what it's called, but I've got a big bottle of that stuff, and I dip the clear parts in that because it's
basically.
Well,
supposed
plants.
to protect, yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to protect it from getting fogged by crazy glue or regular, solvent-based model cement. You can use it to attach it without damaging it.
I
But
just use IPA, my clear.
for what, cleaning it, Jason?
No, just to adhere it. I don't CA. I don't use anything but just CA for any of my clear parts. I don't use
Okay.
CA. No. Just saves any risks. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Use.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that stuff you can buy nowadays, like Gator glue. That's something I got here in the States. That stuff's specially formulated to work with clear plastic parts. It's not just regular white glue.
PVA wood glue. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Really.
because it's a model, it's just going to sit there. So if you ever have to glue it back on, you just another, bit of IPA. Not IPA,
PVA.
PVA, yeah. That's it. Like, it's not much of a drama to put it back on. And you're not risking it. It's not going to get damaged.
Is that the one you showed?
Yeah, probably the same thing.
Zap.
Formula 560 canopy glue.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, what's great about that stuff is just like regular white glue, dries clear, and you can even use it as a gap filler if you're working with an older model and the clear parts don't fit quite the way you should.
And you can peel that one off.
Highlights.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I like. Tammy has introduced in some of their newer models, like the Phantom. They have the front panel of the aircraft in the immediate front of the front portion of the canopy as part of the canopy. So when you glue it on, it's all one piece instead of having to glue that glass part onto the fuselage and hope that everything matches up. It's all I think more model companies should go that way. It's one thing I don't know about you guys, but that's one of the things that I have a difficult time getting right is the installation of clear parts.
Yeah. I think Airfix did it with the Anson.
Pardon me?
I think Airfix did that with 148 Anson.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. And Walrus.
Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, Sluggo says he uses Zap canopy glue 560. Is that a CA glue, Sluggo?
Hang on there. Hang on, mate. Hang on.
560.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. Okay.
Newer bottle than me.
Okay.
Mine's old.
Okay. Yeah, I used to buy a lot of Zap products, Zap-A-Gap glue, very good stuff, but I'm buying smaller size containers of super glue now because I bought the bigger ones and I do my best to keep them from turning to rock, but
They can do.
So, yeah. I know that Paul knows, I know Jeff knows. I'll share it anyway today. So I remember last week when I was saying, tired and all that sort of stuff, and really having a hard time at the moment, body wise, and not wondering what's going on while I'm waking up and not thinking I've ever been asleep and doing something and then wanting to go and just sit down. So I've had my blood test. I've got to have more on Tuesday because it's a public holiday here. So currently, and we're not sure where we're at, that's why I've got to have more tests. Got diagnosed with a beautiful thing called bowel cancer. So on top of everything else. So we'll find out later on this week when all test results come back where we're at. But that's the reason for the season at the moment. So and we'll just apply that on as we go. So just sort of let, in case somebody hears it on the wind of what's happening, now everybody knows. So, yeah, that's where we're at. It's a good day. So we'll just see how we go.
Yeah, well, I hope everything turns out okay, Jason. That's
I lost my dad to that.
The pundit's a shitty situation. But just another thing. And keep on doing what we're doing, and whatever will happen, will happen. And I ain't worrying
one
about
thing
it.
my dad did say, he told me, he said one good thing about bowel cancer when he had it was he no longer had to wipe his ass.
There we go.
Got to take the positive.
Every cloud's got a silver lining. Yep.
So that's just where that is. I'll keep you boys and everybody updated where we're headed. And,
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Jason. It's
mate. It's there's people worse off in this world at the moment. I know that James, model officer, is in hospital.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's going to be there for a while too. He's going to be there for a while. It's going to be, the surgery is going to be a few weeks away, and then once it's done, he's got about a 6 to 8 week stay in there afterwards. So he's got a lot of time in his hands.
Yep. So hoping for a speedy recovery, but a safe recovery. So
yeah,
thank you, my brother. Little bro. So I went. I mean, although against Mrs. Outlaw's not protest, but just care and concern, I did go and play golf. ISD. And I believe I ended up coming second, which is not too bad. I was leading right up until the last group came in, and I only got done by 2 shots, so that's okay. I was absolutely buggered when after every shot, I thought, oh, thank God I got a golf cart, because I wouldn't be getting to the next hole. And so, yeah, that's all good. I'll keep doing that and keep doing those little things I enjoy for that at the moment. And we'll fight it, beat it, and move on to the next. Yeah,
it's all you can do, man. It's all you can do. Can't let her run your life.
Nah, mate, nah. So we'll get on to another subject.
Well, how's the Lancaster coming? The Dam Buster.
Yeah, it's there. It's
in the box.
In the box.
No, it's again, this whole room. I'm still finding bits of everything everywhere. So
yeah. How's that move going? You got most of your stuff out of there already?
Nah. As I said, I've been bringing up little bits and pieces.
Right.
And then, but with the outlaw side of things, you got to make the paint doesn't make itself, and box itself, send itself. So I'm going as fast as I can, trying to use the energy I got, and then being told you will stop now, you will sit down, you will stop right now. Have a couple of hours rest or 3 hours rest, get back up, have another crack, and then, just trying to balance it out. And once I'm up and set up, like this week, I've got all this. Hopefully, I'll have a full clear bench here. Locate everything I need again. Get back onto my spit, get back on the Lancaster, because I've got my little motors and I'm really happy about them. And yeah, we'll move on with that.
So do you do all the work yourself with the Outlaw Paints, Jason? I mean, you're a one-man band?
Yeah, it's all handmade.
By yourself, I mean.
By me.
To help Outlaw.
Wow.
Mrs. Outlaw will box it up. She doesn't make any paint or anything, but so the labels are all handmade, so they're all printed, and there's 540 different labels. So I'll go and I'll mix it. I'll pour. It's all hand poured into each bottle, not machined. So each bottle's hand filled, capped, labeled, and Mrs. Outlaw will pack it up. So,
Wow. Yeah, that's they talk about homemade.
it is. And very proud, and the boys will be proud of it. It's 99.3% Australia made. The only thing that isn't Australia made in that product is the bottle and the cap.
Where do those come from?
Well, they come from Australia, but they're made in China, I believe.
Okay.
So the same bottle in Australia to buy would be just for the bottle without a cap is $1.90 with nothing in it.
That's a lot per bottle. Yeah.
The caps are 35 cents each.
That's a buck and that's two and a quarter
Yeah.
right there.
So, yeah, it. As I said with Outlaw, I am not driven by profit. I'm driven by perfection with it.
Right.
And
How did you sorry, Jason, but questions come into my mind. How'd you get started on it? What was it that got you to thinking about making your own line of paints?
Okay, so originally it was owned by Braden, and he had it for just under a year, and he went through a bit of a hard time with a separation with his wife, and he called me up one Sunday morning. I texted and said, "Oh, would I like to buy Outlaw paints?" And yeah, he did have a big range. He had a fair range, and I went. And the wife said, "If you want to do it, you can do it," because I had a passion for it, of the product itself, and so I bought it, and then Braden and I developed it a bit more. He came up, and I got him back in, and all the military colours and everything. So Outlaw started as just rail colours, a way for Australians to get Australian rail colours.
Okay.
So there was about 80 in the range, 90 in the range, and now there's 453. Oh, sorry, 543. Yes, Lego, me. Yes. See, someone.
That's good stuff. I'm glad you got it started because that's that paint. Like I said, it hasn't failed me. Lived up to it every second of it. I use it, so good stuff.
Yeah. So that's how I started, and like when we did the UK and like the US orders and all that, like there's thousands of bottles, thousands upon thousands. So
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say your production level is gonna have to go up. I mean, especially these things start taking off in the UK too.
yeah, well, Moss has taken over there, which is awesome. So like, just his orders, he's small, like minuscule restock, and it's nearly 1,000 bottles. And if you think just one batch, I can up batch sizes, but your average batch, you get about 13 to 14 bottles on a batch. The reason I don't go anywhere over a double batch is I don't want the margin for error, and when if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right. Agreed.
Oh, and with the US, like talking to another guy, a just major distributor over there, he's the largest distributor in the US, and the largest, and they're looking at 50,000 bottles a month.
Woo! 50 grand a month. Holy moly.
Now, I can tell you right now, this Black Duck will not be making 50,000 bottles a month by himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I then have the issue, because we're still in discussions, of me having to employ people, and the only people I'd really be interested in employing would be a modeler between their 40s, late 30s, 40s, even 50s-year-olds, because they've got the passion for the result of the product. They've got the passion that it's perfect. They've got the passion that they would want to spray it in their mind, that it's not going to destroy their model or their efforts. There's no worrying about what's going to happen when you spray it. So,
Yeah, I can attest to that. Yep.
unless you use the wrong PSI.
Yeah, all right.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to get something. Be right back.
What happened with yours, Paul? I'm sorry. What happened? You used. What happened?
I tried to spray it like Tamiya paint.
That's
Yeah,
as funny as. That's funny as. Hang on, is it in here? Is there one in here?
It looked like I used a pressure pack in the spray booth.
Yeah, that's funny as. Where are they?
And it went all over the shelves.
Like these little puppies, these are going to go crazy. Like these little brushables.
Looking forward to those, Jess.
Oh, I know, mate. I've got emails all over saying, "Oh, any chance of sending me some free samples? Any chance of letting us know an exact release date?" I'm like, I feel like going back. Any chance of being patient?
It'll be released when it's released.
Outlaw paints are acrylic lacquer, Sluggo, and they're the best paints in the frigging world, mate. Smell or no smell. Nobody smells your model. Yeah.
Every time I spray Outlaw, I get taken back to my my work experience, school days working in the panel shop. It's great. Love it.
It is. So, Sluggo, while you're here, mate, it is designed. It has been engineered. The pigments are liquid. They are designed when you mix it with the Outlaw thinners. Well, when I mix it. And as Paul can attest to, he only needed. Now, he used, when he didn't obey read the instructions or whatever, it is designed so it atomizes that fine and self-levels when it hits. So it's like busting open a jigsaw puzzle and it all just going perfectly back together without the gaps.
Yeah. I was going to say, and it's rock hard and can resist tape of any type.
Yep. You won't find better. Look, Vallejo, I've got all my. You can't see it here, well, without the camera, but they might be downstairs. I've got easy 200 Vallejo paints. I've got all the Tamiya range. I've got all the Mr. Hobby range. I'm a modeler first, and I will use them in whatever situation I decide I need that colour to be used in, and I will then develop that colour into an Outlaw paint colour. Hang on, mate.
There you go, Sluggo. This is one of Jason's paints. It's a colour shift.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Man. Damn, Paul, you built some damn good car models.
Thank you. I'll try.
Those that's another reason I gave up car models is, you know, you build them and if you're not careful, they look like a toy. And I mean, not only in making sure all the wheels touch the ground, but I mean that you show the weight of the car resting on the suspension. So it shows like weight, and I don't know if I'm articulating it right, but you know, your painting is awesome. You paint just with an airbrush, or do you use rattle cans?
That's airbrush and all Outlaw.
Okay.
Even the
That's
2K.
great. That is great. I love it.
And I think this one was one of the first Airfix Outlaws. Airfix Spitfires.
Yep. That's the Airfix 24th?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark 9, Mark 8's my favorite Spitfire of all. I've always loved it with the bigger engine compartment, the bigger engine, and it's a beautiful bird.
It is the greatest plane ever made. I'll have you know, young man.
I agree. I gonna say that
Saved the world.
the ultimate my top favorite is the Mark 8 with the pointed rudder. I saw that as a kid on the old Otaki box, and that was it for me. In fact, in the drawings on the box art too, with the Aussie markings and the Ace of Spades on the rudder, love it, absolutely love it.
If you get hold of the Airfix 124th kit, all you need is a retractable tail wheel and different exhaust stubs, and you can build the Mark 8 in the box.
They give you the different rudder?
The rudder is in the box.
Okay, that's great. Cool. Well, not that I'll build 24 scale aircraft. That's the, we were talking. You're talking. I was mentioning earlier. You've got a variety of scales. I've become very linear in my pursuit of hobbies. I got 35th scale armor and soft skin vehicles, and I've got 48 scale aircraft, and I haven't budged out of that for a long time. Not that I am stubborn about it. It's just that it's become almost like a subconscious thing. I collect those, airplanes in that scale and armor in that scale, because I've tried 48 scale armor and I kind of found it wanting.
Yeah, and the range isn't there either.
Well, it's to me, it's starting to break down those doors. And Hobby Boss still has a lot of 48 scale armor. I just saw their 2024-25 product catalog, and they're still making a lot of those old 48 scale kits they have for a number of years, the T-34s and the Shermans. But it's the this is where a 3D printer would come in handy. With a 48 scale armor, you can cut off a lot of the stuff they mold on, particularly Tamiya. Nice as they are, they don't always give you the best as far as small detail stuff on armor, even in 35th. But you could print a lot of that stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And then add it on. And but to me, it's this 35th. I'm just kind of locked into that size. I mean, I think once I built a 25th scale Jagdpanther Tamiya kit. Never finished it, but I did start it. But that's about it. So that's why I like to step out of my comfort zone and go for one of those Formula One cars.
Don't feel bad about starting a kit and not finishing, mate.
Oh, I've got my share of shelf queens.
Oh, they get mine. They get there so far at the moment, but I'll get there.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to bail.
Yeah, mate. I was thinking we're going to wrap it up. Sluggo,
No,
just before we go, do you have a webcam or anything, mate? And would you be interested in popping on in a couple of weeks' time? If so, email me at jason@outlawpaints.com and we might get you on, mate, because you got some great comments in there. So, yeah. So, what are you up to, Wombat? You bailing?
Yeah, grandson's cracking the shit, so I got to go and sort him out.
Give him a shot of brandy, he'll be right.
Hey, just take him one of your Lego models, mate.
He's got the Duplo out that he's playing with, so.
Do you have a tube of old Airfix glue lying around?
I think I've probably got some of that somewhere.
All right, well, we'll all say goodbye then, because Wombat's bailing and we're all probably sad and can't continue. Guys, next week we're doing the 5 o'clock show. And, we'll catch up, and it's always good. And to everybody that joined us today, thank you very much. It's a shame the other boys from the US didn't make it, but we'll line them up for a fortnight's time. And, till then.
Okay.
Be good.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Right all.
Bye-bye.
Next time, be good at it.
Yeah.